Hello everyone, it is Zero Designs here, and today we're going to create a tutorial on how to do this effect that I posted a video on a while ago, and it got some pretty good responses, so I'll just show you what it is. So you have your text and it explodes out and kind of slow motions until it stands still. Don't know what Mewtwo form transformation animation has to do with that, but Pokemon, you know it, mate. So yeah, we just got this effect in Site Cinema4D, so let's just hop right in. So two plugins we're going to be using is Throwsy and Magic Slow Motion. I did a tutorial on Throwsy, and Magic Slow Motion is pretty much just download the link in the description and drop that into your Cinema4D plugins folder. So let's just start off by creating our text. So let's create our mode text. I'm sorry lads. Let's make the text 0 or make it whatever you want. I'm gonna use the font called Typograph Pro. There we go. And increase the depth a little bit and give it a fillet cap and a fillet cap to make it look nice. And there we go, we got our basic stack set up. So let's just go to the object and align this to the middle, just to have our text a little bit in the middle. So what we want is this thing to break into pieces, so let's do that using the Throwsy plugin. As I said before, you can just follow that tutorial on my tutorial playlist, and yeah, you will know everything about Throwsy there is to know, pretty much. So let's just make it 20 pieces and break it. So one thing I like to do is kind of break all of this into pieces and then just select all of those again and break it again, but now in like 7 pieces. Because when you do like 100 pieces, you get big chunks and smaller chunks. And I was going to take the big chunks and kind of make them smaller chunks by making them like set into 7 pieces. So that's something I like a lot, and something you should try out kind of a little bit more. So just wait till this is done. This will take a while, and I'll be right back when it's done. So yes, it's done, and as you can see we have some pretty cool pieces here, but once we press play, it's kind of falling down, and that isn't the effect that we're going for. You might want to go for it, but that's not what we're looking for. So let's get back to frame 1, and as you can see, the text is pretty lacking the quality it used to have as a mode text. So to fix that, just open up all of this, get rid of the materials first off, and all those little triangles and shit, but make sure you keep like the, oh sorry guys, make sure you keep these font tags, which are just 2 spades, and make the font angle, make it 0, and then you can get rid of those as well. So I'm just gonna do that for all of those letters. I'm sorry. I'm just going to do it for all of those, so let's just select all the font tags and make the font angle 0. Scroll back up, select all of it and delete it. There we go. I'm just going to do that for all of them. So on E, or was it Z, I think. Let's just get rid of the font tag and delete all of it. So you might hear some wind in the background. It's actually shit, mate. Oh, it's fucking windy in here. So let's just create the make the font angle again on 0 and get rid of all of this. There we go. So now that we have our text set up without materials, we can get rid of those as well. But now as we press play, it's gonna just do the same thing pretty much. So how to fix this is just selecting these little white things with 3 things around it, which is the dynamics body tag. And the trigger, we want it on collision. So now once another object collides with it, it's gonna explode. So let's create an object to collide with it. So let's create a sphere. Let's just drop that to the floor. All I did is just move it up, pretty much. to line up with the text. So I'll just do it myself if you want me to. There we go. So now if you press play, nothing happens, but it's still colliding with this sphere. So one thing we need to do is go to Cinema 4D tags. Just right click the sphere and go to simulation tags and make this a collider body. So it's a collider body, and right now nothing is happening because we need to actually just animate this from frame 0 over here on whatever. Wait, that's not straight. So over here on another frame. So let's just go to frame 40 and drag it over here. And there we go. As you can see, it's gonna explode. And that's actually what we want. So let's just go ahead and take a look at this from farther away. So everything is falling down. That's something we might not want to have. So just gonna select the dynamics tag again and go to the force and follow position. Just gotta play around with it a little bit. Alright, that's way too much, because now it's just gonna stay on the same position. As you can see, if 1 on 100, it's just gonna collide and come back pretty much. So it's gonna try to come back at the same position they were on, but it doesn't follow the rotation of it. So let's just put the follow position on 1. See what that does. That might be something we want to look in. So let's make our sphere a bit bigger, and let's just do it again. Alright, so as you can see, that's kind of the animation we're going for, but it's a bit too big. So you just gotta play around with the sphere size. And that's actually not what we want, so let's just put it down again. Alright, that might be kind of what we want, but as you can see, it's a bit too messy and a bit too much falling down. But we'll try to fix that by selecting the dynamics tag again and putting the follow rotation up a bit. And yeah, now just put up the bounce and friction, it doesn't really matter. Just put them on 0. So as you can see, we kind of have the animation we were going for. It's a bit too much lacking what we want. So as we render out right now, we can still see the sphere. So let's just get rid of that for now. Just go to the basic tab and put it visible and edit it off, and visible and render it off. That's gonna get rid of it. And if we want to render out now, I'm sorry. And as you can see, this is kind of the look we're going for. And all we need to do is kind of slow motion this. So let's just go 1 frame at a time by clicking the button next to the play button, and to kind of see where the explosion is at. If that doesn't work for you, you can just press play and kind of pause it when the explosion kind of starts. So there we go, we got frame 12, and now we want to get in our plugins called Magic Slow Motion, I'm sorry. And I'll just select all of it and then click on the Magic Slow Motion. And then what we're gonna do is actually start it at frame 12 and end it at, let's say we put in 150 frames, and it at 150 frames. So let's just see what we get now. So that's pretty much kind of the cool look we're looking for. Let's just make this a bit later, so we kind of have the beginning explosion effect, and then it's gonna slow down kind of a little bit later. So as you can see, that's kind of the look we're going for, but not really. So let's just create the gravity and make it 0. Let's see what we get now. Alright, so now we just got a gaping hole inside there. So let's just select our sphere and kind of play around with this. So we might want to make it a bit bigger. And let's see what kind of effect that gives, because right now we just have this little circle where it's going through, and then the other parts are kind of... oh wait, so the other parts are just kind of too not really too much hit by it. So this is something that might be a bit better. Actually, I want to change the dynamics body tag and go over to the force and not the force, I'm sorry, and just make the friction and the collision noise, just put that up a bit and see what we get now. So yeah, that's a bit better. It's kind of a not really a circle anymore. That's a bit more what we want. So as you can see, if we just play that, but it's still not really the look we were going for. So let's just crank up the collision noise by a shitload and see what it kind of does. So as you can see, it's kind of making it a bit noisier and making it farther shit. Let's put up the friction by a shitload and just take a look at what that actually does to our animation. So as you can see, the friction kind of really doesn't do anything too much, but the basic effect we want is kind of small anyway. So one thing you also want to do with this effect is try to kind of make it form the text, kind of like and play it backwards. But let's just, I don't like the radius of our sphere, I'm sorry guys. So there's a lot of playing around done using this animation, but this is kind of the look we're going for. So yeah, so let's just get our sphere and actually change this keyframes up to about like 50. So we still got like 50 frames to look at our text before it's gonna get exploded, and that's kind of like what we want. So let's see, we just got 0, everyone can read it, bam, it explodes. And something you can do is kind of, yeah, we have something exploded here and it's gonna form 0 by playing it the other way around or reversing it inside After Effects. So one thing I really liked about this is these little dirt things that I made. They're not really dirt, they're like hair, and I kind of got inspired by what's his name, Chutley Designs, and he created a kind of an animation contest on this effect. So one thing we want to do is now go to MoGraph and make a MoSpline. So as you can see, whoops, I don't think this is the right one. Is it the right one? I think it is. So MoSpline, Effectors. I think we need to go to the Effectors tab and get all our pieces and just drag them in. Alright, it's not the right one. I'm sorry guys, I'm making so many mistakes. So let's get rid of MoSpline and go to MoGraph Tracer. As you can see, the trace link is where we have to put them in. So by clicking all these pieces, that won't work. So one thing you can do is just select the tracer and click this plus button to get it over here, or you can kind of click this one and it's gonna lock it. So when you select one of these, you can drag them in still. So just drag the C in, just drag all the pieces of the E in. And you might just want those, so let's just see, let's just show you kind of what effect you get. So it's going to start at this rate. So as you can see, not only these are kind of expanding with lines behind them, so that's going to create a pretty cool effect. But I'm just going to put all of them in, because we're gonna affect those kind of hairs in a second anyway. So we got the E in there, we got the R we can put in there, and whoops, and let's just select all the pieces and drag it in there. And as you can see now, it's gonna load a little bit that frame, so let's just go back to frame 0 to make it not load that long, and let's just select all the pieces and drag them in again. So as you can see right now, if we press play, it's kind of going slower because it's calculating all the hairs. And yeah, now it's gonna explode. So I actually want to check if there's something wrong with this tutorial. Nah, at frame 0 we still got like no hair, so at frame 20 we still got no hair. So once it's exploding, then we get to see the hairs like coming from inside. So let's just create a material for like the hairs to make them a bit better. So let me just play this through. One sec, guys. Until it kind of explodes. So frame 50, so it's gonna explode almost right now. So there we go. We have our hairs coming out. So one thing we can do is create a new material, but by double clicking or something like that, but that won't affect it because we need the hair material. So you gotta create a shader and a hair material. So let's just drag that hair material on the tracer object, and now it's gonna affect it. And let's just key box this thing, and let's just see what we have. So we have our material, use available, remove available, use all. You can just keep that, and we're gonna actually just go into here and kind of make this better. So you can obviously change your color in the color tab, but we're not gonna go into that. You can change the thickness. I'm just gonna make it 0.2 and the end to 0.2 as well. So we just kept one line. You can also change it like this if you want to. So that's gonna create like a thin start and a thick end, and this is gonna create a thick start and a thin end. So if that is what you want. So as you can see now, we can kind of render this. It's gonna calculate the hair for now. And as you can see, that looks nothing like we want it to look. Obviously it's not lit properly, so let's just create a little light up here, change down the intensity, change the colors to something a bit of white, so really light red, and let's create these shadow maps, soft. So now it's calculating the hair again. And as you can see, it's already looking quite nice, but something you want to take notice of is it's not really casting nice shadows. And something you always need to do is kind of go into your render settings and add the effect of ambient occlusion and global illumination, and we can just leave it like that. So now it's gonna kind of have better reflections, and objects are actually gonna receive light from other objects in the scene. So let's say you have something over here and something over here, it's gonna receive lights from everywhere around the globe. So it's gonna like receive, every hair is gonna receive lights from other hairs, depending on how much hair like it receives and then returns. So that might be a bit weird of an explanation, but so as you can see, we have hairs, and this might be the effect you're going for, and I'm sorry for that little change there. But in here we actually have some kind of dusty effect, but if you can look properly, you can actually see there are hairs in there. So just there we go, 100. And to do this, we're just going to create a camera, and it's actually going to be on the spot we want it to, and go to the details tab and add a DOF map front blur and a DOF map rear blur, and go to your render settings and add the effect called depth of field. So I'll make a little in-depth tutorial on this one if you want me to, but that's not what we're gonna do right now. We're just gonna leave the settings to that right now. So one thing we want to do is change the camera. So you can change it by choosing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and all of that. But you can also just click on this and go over here, and this is the top view, and this little thing on the end is kind of like where it's gonna focus on, what the camera is gonna focus on, and depth of field pretty much adds blur to where the camera is not focusing on. So we kind of want to focus on the object itself, and now just get kind of as farther as it goes, as more it's gonna look like more like dust than like hair. So if you might want to make the blur real strong in the depth of field tab, but we'll just see how it looks once we render this out. This might take a while, and at the end the depth of field is added, so it's not on right now, so we have to wait until the entire thing is rendered. So as you can see, it's kind of looking like dirt a little bit, but obviously you want to make more time. You want to take more time. You want to take out on the tracer tab. You just want to take out a shitload of those stupid things, because you don't want all of them to have hairs, because that's just gonna kind of destroy the whole purpose of it. But let's just untick the specular and change the colors to something a bit cooler, maybe something like a darkish gray to a even more darkish gray. And let's just render that out for now. Let's just see how that looks. So yeah, it's still rendering. So if you want an in-depth tutorial on depth of field, yes, in-depth of depth of field, then just leave a comment in the comment section and like the video, because that's going to motivate me to make that. So as you can see, this is pretty cool, and we didn't even add a material to the Throwsy text. You can just drop it on here. So let's just create a material and let's just go quick. Let's just go quick and add a grungy bronze one for Smoky Crashes pack, which is a really nice pack, and I'm planning on buying the entire thing from Motion Squared, which he also made. But his free ones on his channel are really nice as well, so you might want to check that out. But I'm sorry. And so let's just get this rendered out, and then we'll see what happens again. Sorry, kind of lagging a bit. It's kind of slow because I'm recording as well. It's having Google Chrome open, but it's okay. I think we can deal with it. And if you can't, then well, just skip forward a little bit on this video. So let's come on, you can be quicker than this. So yeah, you know what, I'll just be back when it's rendered. So as you can see, it's kind of not lit properly, but it's kind of a cool effect if you light it properly. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope to see you guys soon. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment on what tutorials you want. If you want a tutorial on depth of field, make sure to leave a comment as well. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.